Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Meal Prep and Motherhood. This is going to be a super massive breakfast prep. So this is what I'm starting with, is some cottage cheese. I'm adding some egg whites. I'm going to add 2 cartons, and we're making some bacon Gouda egg bites. They are legit the best. They taste just like the Starbucks ones, just not at that steep high price. So that's where that inspiration comes from. I also love the bacon Gouda sandwich on ciabatta, but I'm also just trying to cut those extra carbs out. So I'm going to focus on the protein right here and make these bacon Gouda egg bites. So I have about 2 cups of cottage cheese, and I added 2 cartons of egg whites. Next, you're going to add 9 to 11 eggs, whatever makes you happy, and then some salt and pepper. That is something that is just simple and easy. You could also add some more seasonings if you wanted to, but these are pretty simple. So that salt and that pepper, good to go. So I have found that about 10 of those comes to be a teaspoon. So once you add your salt and your pepper, you're good to go. You can add whatever seasonings you want again, but whatever works best for your livelihood. The next thing I'm going to add and I'm going to work on is working on the Gouda cheese. But first, we're going to mix the eggs. And then while you're mixing the eggs, just a reminder that you could use a real blender. I just don't enjoy cleaning my real blender, and it doesn't do the greatest in the dishwasher. I have a Ninja, and little pieces get in the edges of it, so the immersion blender is a lot easier to clean, and that's the reason that I choose the immersion blender. It's quick and easy. You just have to clean the bottom, and then you're done. So next you're going to take your cheese and make sure you grate it. I use a box grater just because that's what we have. I've been buying blocks of cheese instead of pre-grated cheese just to cut down on those extra added nasties. Plus it comes out a little cheaper. Gouda was a little bit expensive, but I bought it from Sam's and froze half of it, so we'll have it to come. And I usually grate a decent amount just so that we have it in the refrigerator. So then I'm going to weigh out how much I'm going to use. I'm going to use 80 grams for all of my egg bites. This makes it easy for me to add into my Fitness Pal to put in a recipe. As a client, that's something I do actually ask you to do, is to put out your food in my Fitness Pal so that we can be friends on it and that we can share recipes back and forth. It makes for a really easy experience when it comes to that. I also love the real crumbled bacon from Sam's, so I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon or a few pieces in each one. I didn't measure this as well. I probably should have put that on my food scale. That's something too. I can pop that in the description. Buying a food scale is just really helpful. You can use it for so much stuff, especially like making bread. And I apologize for the angle here. My son wanted to help, so everything got a little jumbled. So the thing is with these is like it makes it a lot easier to like decide which servings are which. So for this, clearly I made 20. It was really nice. I'll have 2 of these, and then as you can see, I started to pour it because I have a Pampered Chef bowl, and that got a little dicey, and I had a helper. So we grabbed out a ladle, and that makes it a little easier to put them in. So when it comes to these egg bites, I use the silicone cups from Amazon. I love them. I still have my silicone tray on my baking sheet just for extra cleanup. I like things to be easy for cleanup, and I love these silicone things. I can put these muffin tins in a big thing of hot water end on and let them sit and then clean them. They can also go in the dishwasher. It does get a little dicey though when they fall in. So as you can see, I do the cheese and the bacon first, and then I add the eggs in. And just do this slowly. Sorry, I love the little hands just pointing around. So for the egg bites, I usually eat 2 of these, and the macros I can pop in the description below. 2 of these egg bites comes to about 170 calories, 1.2 grams of carbs, 7.8 grams of fat, and 20 grams of protein for your breakfast. So I try to eat about 175 grams of protein, which tells you how much I weigh, surprise. And I've been eating a lot of small meals. That just seems to be what's working. So I need about 35 grams per meal. So of course my breakfast sometimes is a little high or a little low. It just depends, but I try to keep it around 20, sometimes usually 30, 40 grams of protein. I feel that if you start your day with your protein, It's the best way. Also, if you think this is something that you're just a little confused about and you're like, cool, protein, what is that? Or, hey, how do you know your numbers of protein? That's something I work on. So, as a client, you would get an entire sheet that tells you your protein, your carbs, and your fats. And that's something we would work together to improve. That's usually my first step for most people is to attack protein because you don't realize that you definitely don't have enough protein in your body, and that is how you are not losing weight or getting to the body goal that you truly want to hit. Next, we're going to throw these in the oven. I usually keep my oven when it comes to baking breakfast things 400 or about 425, just depends on what else I need to cook. I usually do about 400, maybe 20, 25 minutes, or 425, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Just watch it. Then I had some eggs left over, and I don't love waste. So we're going to take these eggs and we're going to turn them into my husband's breakfast eggs also, because this is one of those days where I had a little bit extra time and my son was in a really good mood today. So let's just double the meal prep, right? You have to take advantage of those days because not every day is a day where you can really get a lot done. And that is something I'm learning and working toward as a mama. And then as I add his eggs, I'm just going to add a couple of actual eggs because he prefers eggs. And then in a little bit, I will definitely add some egg whites as we go. So for breakfast meal prep, it's just easier to prep a lot of food at once. And some of these breakfast sandwiches you're going to see at the end where I'm freezing them, and I'll go over how you do that. These come to a pretty good macro ratio too. My husband has really enjoyed these. They're something he can have ready all the time, and it just works for him. I don't always love them, but you win some, you lose some, right? So there goes the egg whites, and I'm adding those in. And then you're going to see me do something a little bit different here, and you're going to know why in a minute. And here comes the blend seasoning. Gosh knows you know I love that, and I love to add that just to get that extra seasoning. So each of these breakfast sandwiches comes to about 27.6 grams of protein, 5.7 grams of fat, and 28.4 grams of carbs. My husband works really, really better on protein and carbs, less fat, so that's why we do such a low fat for him. So again, I'm going to use my immersion blender, blend these eggs really good just because it's got that cottage cheese too in the bottom, so you want to make sure it's really blended. And then you're going to watch me do my special little trick here. I am a queen of making a mess, so that's why we're going to do it the way I'm about to do it. I always put parchment paper down. It's just less cleanup. It's just easier. Love my Sam's Club parchment paper. You get 2 of those. They're awesome. And I leave my Amazon silicone baking mat on there. I do love those. I think they're great. I just don't think it's the reality of all the time. I love parchment paper just for pure easy cleanup. It just is what it is. So I take both of these and I lay them in the oven in a second. And here we go. So I'm going to lay this in the oven, and then I'm actually going to pour the eggs into the oven so that I am not spilling everywhere. And I know that seems kind of dicey, and I understand that too, but I would rather do that than spill it all over the floor because that's where my stress and my anxiety comes in. So I'm going to pour this in, and again, it's still baking with the other eggs, especially during the summer. I like to bake as much as I can all at once. So that is how we're making this massive breakfast meal prep. So today I chose 425 and I put both in the oven at the same time, cooked 20-25 minutes. There's your eggs and your egg bites when they come out. And then I took all the sandwiches and wrapped them up. Those are 2 breakfast sandwiches per piece of parchment paper. That's really hard to say. In plastic bags so they can go in the freezer. And then those are for the week. There's 2 each. I would say usually only make 4 breakfast just so you have the option to make a smoothie or something different. But my husband does really well with that. This is also a little quick trick is double or triple your recipe on the weekends of waffles or something and make those protein pancakes or waffles. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video today. It is an amazing massive meal prep that we have frozen and used for 2 to 3 weeks now. So I love doing these meal preps. I love making these videos, and I would love some love. So if you can comment and let me know what you want next, what stuck out to you, what you still need help with, I would love to help you. Again, my Stan store is also listed below, so if you need some support, what is protein? I'm here for those questions. I'm really working hard at this, and I really love it. I'm still learning. So if you need help, I would love for you to reach out. I'm here and I cannot wait to help you. So if you can like and subscribe, help all those algorithm thingies, and comment down below what you liked, what you made. I would love that, and I would love to help you. So let me know if you need any help. Thanks so much. Again, Meal Prep and Motherhood on Instagram. Message me anytime. You're welcome to email me. Sign up for my email list below. I send out a weekly newsletter with all my videos and everything that's going on. So like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks, guys. Bye.